What's up everyone, Speedy here. In this 1v1 video, we're going to be doing 2 live games as well as 1 replay review. So let's get right into it. Here we are in game number 1. And so, got a main goal for this video. And this first is I am trying out some new settings. I have been following Magic Bear for quite a while. And something he's done is he's always ran a higher sensitivity. And something I've been really kind of thinking about is trying that new style. So one thing I want to improve on, let's go ahead and get a good setup here. Oh, you fucker. Of course that bumps me. That's gonna hard tilt me, dude. That was actually such a clean play. Trying to play faster as well. I don't really care if I'm gonna commit there. I'm really forcing myself. Okay, he trolls. It's like, it's hard to defend that because I know he's gonna go wide there and I just don't know how to do that. Of course, all my opponents have been playing this game for 100 years longer than I have, so it's brutal once I go on to new sense. Go on to a new sensitivity setup. What a shot. Dude, that's an insane control touch. Dude, that is an incredible shot. Okay, new settings, Magic Bear. Thank you. We'll take it. I play as that very like boring defensive style, just kind of waits back, and that's smart. It's boring, but it's smart. Honestly, I should have just not played into it. Was smart taking time there. Can't really commit there. If I commit, that's a big mistake. Just trying to wait till I get that boost. Good defense. And of course, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care that I committed for that. I legit fucking wanted that ball to bounce so much higher than it did, and it got, of course, no height at all. That's unfortunate, but that's what I get for trying new things. Oftentimes you're gonna fail, and I would rather fail 100 times than try new things than be perfect at doing nothing new. It's gonna be a hard one to save, but it makes a good save. Nice. That was well done. Opponent overcommits to that play, and then I kind of forced that. He's kind of going to my corner. So the main thing there is he just wanted to kind of like be able to recognize that moment of space where you have a clean play to work with it, and then you just want to push it forward as fast as possible. Usually that's the best thing to do. Rare case where an accidental fucking side flip actually works. Should not have worked. It is good control here. Really, you want to actually get control touches there. Get a control touch into a more powerful shot. Can't commit there. Dude, that's such a bullshit miss. Just trying to probe for bad commits. And he's going to go free goal for us. That is such a crazy demo, dude. That's insane that works. You know what really sucks is the direction of flip. Like, flipping that's not what I wanted. That's not the flip I want. I didn't even fucking want to flip there. Whatever. It's a tilter. Here we are in game number 2. I want to continue that momentum. So let's keep pushing. See how he's just playing fast, but it's not dangerous. This is dangerous. It's early child that. Control. It's so easy to want to like over push the play, and that's a mistake. You get the bump here, just get a control touch so you can then calculate the position that works best for you and then play that. But don't just insta play. That was a really shitty play on my part. But that's so much better. Just honestly, I fucked it up from that mechanical error earlier. Just didn't really adjust afterwards. Opponent might have trolled, and opponent trolled. Yeah, that's a oops. Freebie's a freebie, I guess. I'm a tough one to save. I can't really commit to that fully. If they want to be annoying, that's fine. That's just pure aggression. I guess we're worried because he just doesn't stop. Fair enough. Even on 0 boost. Just goes. It's a nice little freebie there. I'll take it. His opponent mistimed the challenge there. Nice dribble setup. Let the opponent chow for you. It's a weak shot, but puts a shot on net and it's actually going to go in anyways. That's okay. That is hilarious. Opponent misplaced that. Honestly, just take my time. Just try to be like really delayed about the contact there. And not a great side flip. Yeah. Dude, why am I just... Wow, I'm a fucking NPC. Jesus, dude. Fucking William Dafoe meme. Once again, William Dafoe meme. Not speedy. Where's that speed? Where's the movement? Dude, that's actually insane patience from somebody that just sit there. Except he over-commits there. I'll take the goal. Not really sure why he challenged that the way he did, and with 0 boost to boot. But with not really caring about the boost. Very obvious challenge. Dude, that is an insane fucking fake. The yoink. Dude, faked out of his sneaks. Is a crazy challenge from somebody that has 0 boost and control. Dude, that's insane control, though. I played that so fast. That was actually so nice. That was really nice. I like that. That was much better. I've had some tough warm-up games losing, but it's nice to get some good games, though. Let's get right into the replay. Okay, so here we are in the replay portion of the video, and I will admit this is a bit of a frustrating loss because of some mistakes early on that really costed me. This is one of the first kind of errors in the game here, is after I'm getting bumped here, he does a good job of staying aggressive with the bump early instead of like going for boost. That was smart. Also, it's a little fucking frustrating that the Batmobile was like invincible to bumps, because there were some times in this game where it felt like this guy just ate bumps and just did not care. I don't know if that was maybe my connection, or if it's just the nature of the Batmobile because it's so low down that it just does not care if you bump it. I don't know, it was weird. But this is a mistake here. Really, you want to be careful about just simply just going backwards like this. It puts myself into an awkward spot. Yes, I do get the boost and can kind of keep the play going, but it's just awkward. Yeah, it's not something you always want to do there. Does have a lot of like really close saves though, I'll admit. It's one thing that was really frustrating is he just played that well. It's a good attempt on the shot though. It's definitely a good attempt there. Try to control that just so that way it's in a good spot. It's not ideal though because the opponent still is in a good spot to follow up. This is a hard shot in fairness, really. Opponent does a good job of saving this. This is just a straight up hard shot to make because it's so sharp of an angle. This was a poor touch. I remember in the moment I was actually trying to get a control touch so that way I can roll it. I did not mean to go for a bounce, and then I made an additional mistake that should have got me scored on here. This was a huge amount of free space. This separation was really bad. Opponent was kind of just weird this game. As you'll see, he eventually just trolls a goal. He just straight up stopped playing for a bit, just decided to not play for some reason I don't understand. I like this. I like this because it's a more structured and calmer way to go for a shot. Because typically people would just try to shoot and they would flip through it. The problem is that oftentimes is even less accurate than what this would have been. This was obviously not perfectly accurate, but the idea of trying to just single jump and use that to kind of point the car more accurately, I like this. I don't like that. I remember this miss. I was really pissed off because I got scored on immediately, and I was just like, yeah, that 100% should have been in this net, and I just mistimed it. It was literally a perfect timed hit, and then partly due to the sensitivity changes, I'm probably just not used to the smaller adjustments that I honestly didn't even have to do anything here. All I had to do was just simply hit the ball, just jump into the ball. Didn't even have to flip. But I think in combination of changing the sensitivity a bit and then also just a bad habit of trying to flip into it. Again, this is a case where flipping too much is a bad thing, because by flipping and committing my position, then I put myself not only out of position, I missed the ball completely, and now I'm so far committed to their corner that the opponent has a free net. So the lesson learned: try to be more patient with the ball and recognize when you just have an open net, just go for the simple touch. Don't have to flip, you don't have to do anything crazy. You can even single jump if that's as more, you know, direct as if you want it to be, but otherwise just hit it in the goal. Like, it's just, don't do what I did there. Don't over flip, but don't rotate like that. It's not a good idea, and it does not do any benefit. Yeah, this, again, there were a few times like this where a couple times I get scored on, where the opponent just gets perfect control after getting like bumped multiple times and like nothing happened. And here I make a good save, but later in the game he scores a goal that wins him game, basically. That bump doesn't do anything to him. I guess it's just the thing with that fucking car. The car just does not care about bumps. Like, it's very hard to bump. Even though I'm getting good contact. Like, if that were any other car, in the game, I feel like I would be at minimum getting a proper bump. But that car just, it feels like it's so flat that it genuinely just, it just goes like this. Instead of like a smaller car that's higher up getting really wedged or like properly spun about. Opponent stays aggressive there. That's fine with me, I don't really care. Yeah, this is a good response goal though. Just being patient here. What I like really about this play is, yes, the opponent was aggro here. Not super shootable, because if it did come across, I'd be able to cover. But here, what was more key was just to let the opponent kind of go and then single jump challenge late, so that way I can win the 50. That was well played. This is a better played particular moment here. Pretty bad recovery. Like, really, really bad. I meant to go for the half flip kickoff, and ladies and gentlemen, I forgot how to half flip in that instantaneous moment in time. My fingers just kind of said no. And that's what happened. I turtled. Opponent gets the patented Batmobile flick. Ball is going to soar across the net. And that somehow fucking bumped me. That's what it was, like, ridiculous. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, whatever, okay. I don't mind that. I like the ball kind of glitches a bit. It's not actually glitching in the actual game. It wasn't like bugging out like that. I like that I'm taking time to get control. This is a good thing to be doing. This is a habit that I've been trying to build on. Honestly, I insta-flicked kind of more, not out of desperation, but because I felt like the opponent was going to challenge there and he just didn't do anything. Most of the time, opponents typically challenge that early, and I saw him just kind of move in a way. So like right here, just like the way they turned left, it was just, it felt like it was going to be an early flick. Like I needed to do an early flick. I like that I kind of took the time to not kind of commit myself too much. Good patience here. This is really, really good patience. I probably should have boosted to grab that boost just to make sure opponent doesn't get anything. Finally do get a bump that actually does something, and that's because it was like he was actually off the ground. There, I just couldn't commit, even if it was like open for the tiniest little bit. It's just, it's not really, it's not an angle that you could do a lot with. One thing I want to do is, and I'm glad I started doing this, is I started doing those little mini early jumps as you're coming down the curve. It just kind of gets you down there a tiny bit sooner without jumping more than once. Like a single jump instead of a flip jump is really effective here. Realistically, I didn't have to do this. This is a really bad touch because I just gave possession away. If I just simply did this, so wait here, wait here, wait here, and right here, at this angle here, come up, instead of like come up to the right, be a little bit more to the left, and then just bang this ball, that's going to be a goal. The opponent is going for that corner boost, and this easily should have been a goal. Like 100, like 1 million%, 1 billion% should have been a goal. It was a mistake that it wasn't a goal. There, I just thought that boost was going to spawn. Opponent doesn't go. I'm kind of over flipping here. Yeah, I should have taken a bit more time. I wanted to get a cut here. I think ideally, like probably a cut there into that flip touch would have been okay. At least it would have been better because I would have gotten more slice on the ball, and it just would have done a better job of getting to the goal. Because I kind of just flipped into it from the side. There wasn't going to be a lot of like cut to it, so. I mean, it's not a bad game at all. Like, it's mechanically, like, there's mistakes, but, like, it's not a bad game. It's just, like, in terms of overall playing, like, there's a lot of things I could build on and improve on. This is a good amount of pressure. Unfortunately, don't get that corner boost. I do get a goal here because the opponent decides to AFK. Don't ask me why. I do not know. I thought they were sitting at boost for a minute, and then I was like, wait a minute, that boost was already there. They should have been able to grab that, and then they were just AFK. I was like, okay, well, I'll take it. Yeah, I remember the goal coming up here that tied the game. It really, like, I was really pissed off at myself because of it. It was just annoying. Here, just, this is okay, but if the opponent early challenges, you want to try to prepare for the 50-50. Here, I saw the opponent turn back towards me. That's why I played this a little fast, because I felt the urgency of the play. If you already have a fair bit of boost here, it's not really always a good idea to try to feint for the boost here, because the problem is by doing that, you're putting yourself in a position where the opponent now just has that bit of extra time to challenge because there's space between you and the ball, and that's when they're going to challenge. So watch it back and watch for this moment. You'll see exactly what happens. So here, I go for that boost, and you see how instantly the opponent's now going to turn and challenge that. He has more of a clean opportunity to go for that because I went for that small boost pad here. Yeah, this led to a goal right here. This is a really key error. I remember this is that I just got a terrible takeoff, and I also was on 0 boost, committing for a play that was just low percentage. For some reason, I thought I was going to be able to get this, and I realistically should have recognized right away. It was just a dumb play that was never going to work. But, you know, we make mistakes, that's life. This is the goal that made me so mad. Like that. He's getting, like, fucking turned like this. Still perfectly lands, and then gets, like, a god-tier aerial, and then just scores it. Like, just, like, I'm like, screwed if I do, screwed if I don't, basically. I was like, whatever. And all that happened because of this goal right here. All that happened because of this. That kickoff never would have happened that play never would have happened, and I would still likely have been winning 2-1. You see how by one mistake, one mistake, one serious mistake can lead to multiple goals being conceded? That is why you have to recognize mistakes and recognize what high and low percentages are in terms of the play potential. If the play is potentially going to be a really high percentage play, likely chance is it's going to be a good play. If it's a really low percentage chance, chances are it's not a good play. Doesn't always mean that's the case. Some risky plays can be really good depending on the circumstances, and some exceptions may apply. It's very situational otherwise, but this is just a straight up bad play. This is just a bad decision to go for this. This is just a straight up, like, I remember this is just a stupid decision. And I'm not afraid to be like very like blunt with myself over it. It's just straight up like a bad play. Don't do this, because this got me scored on twice and lost me the game. Because after this, even though I do get a little bit of control, I do not do a good job on the 0-second goal. Tried to do that and do an okay job here. Opponents just, I hate when opponents do this like fucking just like float in position, because it's so awkward for me coming off the defense there and I don't know what to do, and it works for them every time because they know exactly what to do. They just sit there and wait for me to just give them the ball, as always, because that's what I do, and I do that damn near professionally. Yeah, so this is good control here. The problem is I should have just gone for a bump. Honestly, I should have just like double jumped up, like essentially double jump pop, and then just gone for the straight up bump like immediately. That would have been like, that'd have been the game tie right there. Because I just went for some like dribble play that was honestly just not well thought out. The opponent was just going to drop the ball down and just dunk it down. So if you'd like me to do replay reviews of your games, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed watching this video, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Speed D Man out.